Brought to you by the Wicked and Remnant Koalition. To the 12 tribes scattered worldwide. Shalom. Woolly head, dark skin, son of the Most High, Yah. Sing.
Shalom, shalom.
Come on back there. Come on.
I better get you moving tonight. It's me that is a struggle, don't fight. Loosen up your body's too tight. It's okay, it's alright. Here's a message from the 12 lost tribes. If I can make a sad baby stop crying, I make fish without goose start frying. I know you like it once you hear them stop lying. I feel good the more your body just try. It's okay, it's alright, yeah.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, Z. See you in the room. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I see you, Queen, in the room. Yahrahn, shalom. Shalom, 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 shalom to all of you, my Father's children. We give Abba Yah praise, honor, and glory for once again being able to come in the room with one another to hear words of encouragement. We come in the room to read the Bible, the Holy Bible, and to see the Word of Yah with new eyes. And hopefully and prayerfully, as we seek to study the Word of Yah, we can start making a little bit of sense when it comes to what's going on in this old crazy world. Woo, if y'all understood what I just said just now, would you put a 12 in here for the 12 tribes of Israel? Why? Because if we ever needed Yahuwah before, we sure do need him now. Oh my. We're living in a world, we watching the fall of this empire. Y'all, I'm looking at this thing going, this cannot be happening. This can't be real. This has to be a joke, right? This must be, this is, talk movement. We must be watching must-see TV or something. This is going to be a joke. Like eventually, the real powers that be in the empire, they're going to come up one day. They're going to be newsflash, right? All the stuff that y'all been seeing, it ain't real. We we were just playing. None of this stuff is real. We were just trying to see how the world would react to certain things. All right, we're going to get back to business. We're going to line back up the way this empire was set up to be, and we're going to go back to following. I mean, eventually, right, we got to get out of this madness and this stupidity, right? I mean, it's too much stuff. It's overwhelming. Let me get some of this good old double filtered, double alkaline well water. Let me get a sip. Shalom, shalom, shalom. There must be something going on. What's happening? Well, I'm going to tell you what's happening. I've been saying this for a while now. I'm going to continue to say it because it's the truth. We are witnessing the fall of this evil empire. Did you hear me? Now, Morey, there you go, calling somebody evil and all that. I ain't got time to listen to that. Then click off. Is there anybody making you watch the movie? Unless it's the ruach, the very life of Yah, making you watch it. If you don't like the fact that I say this empire is evil, click off. It's easy. Click off. Our word for evil in Torah is the word ra. And because you don't understand that, don't mean we don't understand it. Ra in Hebrew is resh ayin. Resh, which means head, person, the human head really is the picture. Ayin is to see. So anytime that we see things operating based on the way we think it should operate, it is called ayin. It's called Ra. And Ra means dysfunctional because it's man doing things the way he sees that always ends up being dysfunctional. So then what is right or what is good? Our word for that is Tove. Our word for good is Tove. And Tove obviously represents that which is functional. Why? Because the Tove has to do with applying the Torah and applying the covenant of Yah to our house. Oh my. Tove is functional. Tove is for the good of the house. And when I say what we're watching right now, y'all, it's evil. And it seems like everyone is just going along. Everybody just floating down the stream and have no idea how close this nation is to not only a civil war, but on the national scale, it'll be a fall and a collapse on the world stage. And my emphasis, the reason why I'm even making this particular video, I always need to, number one, encourage the house of Israel that's waking up to truth. My goal every day when I wake up, I ask Abba Yah, what would you have me to say to the house of Israel that will give that man, that woman, that child something of by way of encouragement. Why? Because we got enough discouragement in the world. We got enough people putting everybody down, and you know what I mean? We got enough people telling you what you can't do and all that. We got enough of that. What we need to see is from a biblical perspective how our King has promised to be with us and how he has promised that there would be, I'm going to use this term, that there would be another level of blessing that would be preserved or reserved for the remnant. That after the 400 years of captivity in these United Snakes, and before you say why you say snake, I already put the picture up of the don't tread on me. It is a snake. I didn't come up with that. When the captivity was over here, the Bible said then the nation that held us in captivity for the 400 years would then be judged. And of course, that means it would be brought down. It would be destroyed. And man, this is not even my message, so I don't want to spend a lot of time. But I don't think you all understand the biblical word for destruction. But I will give you just a small glimpse into the word destruction and being destroyed. When you look at the majority of the so-called black man and black woman that are sons and daughters of the slave trade that still live in the land of their captors, when you see the type of degradation, when you see the type of low life living, when you see the level of values being so low and in the gutter, when you see no regard for the elders, no regard for education, no regard for wanting to know the word, no regard for one another, and the murder is off the chain, and the beatings are off the chain, and the whoredoms are off the chain, and when I say off the chain, I mean out of control, and we see all kind of stuff. When you look at a nation who is basically has become, and just hear what I'm saying, who have become sort of cannibalistic in nature, which I mean, what I mean by that it begins to feed off of itself, starts to, kill and hurt and take advantage of itself instead of trying to do better, turning on each other, right? Then you will look at people like that and say, that nation, whoever those people are, they are destroyed. They still breathe oxygen. They're still alive, but they're just destroyed. Try to do something for them and, put some new basketball, which is sad that every time the white men want to do something good for the niggas, they think that another basketball net in the hood is the answer. And before they can finish putting the net up, a Negro done already climbed up there and cut it down. Destroyed. Maybe if we put a better court in the hood, well, before the cement dry, the drug dealers is on the court. What are you talking about? Before the cement dry, there's broken bottles. and sharp glass, and next thing you know, they got to put up a fence, and next thing you know, they got to get security, and next thing you know, you got to get somebody, and then all of a sudden, now the police gotta circle the area all day long, make sure you can't go. I say, oh boy, that is destruction. That is the people destroyed. That's the people robbed and spoiled. That's the people who don't know who they are and whose they are. And that's the people who have been reduced to almost animalistic, an animal type lifestyle. It's destruction. Now watch. The reason why I'm mentioning that is because what we are now seeing on a global scale is also the destruction of these empires. And you know I ain't gonna lie. I know that this paves way for our king to return. So for me, I got a different, my perspective on it is different. I don't have Stockholm syndrome. None. No. I have no love, no compassion. I don't want to be like my captors. I don't have this weird feeling that oh my, I hope that what they did to us is never done to them. No, that's not what the Bible says. The Bible says pay her double. And look, some of these good old boys, and I'm just being honest, they know what the Bible says. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, they're coming out with it right now. See, what they are looking at, let me just use this term. Let's just say this. If you talk to any so-called good American, if they are over, say, like 55, 60 years old, every time you talk to them, if he is a descendant from England or a descendant from the Caucasus Mountains, or if he's a descendant from Germany or wherever he come from, if he here and he sing that song with that accent, I'm proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free. If they sing that song, if you talk to them for any length of time, you know what they're going to say to you? They're going to say, our nation is being destroyed. That's what they're going to tell you. This nation is being destroyed. This ain't the word. This ain't the America I grew up in. This ain't the place you thought you was free until you tried to go fishing and you had to pay for a fishing license. Then you had to pay another fee to get to the lake where you wanted to go fish. Then you got to pay another national fee, and then you got, oh my, I thought you was free. You need a permit to do everything. You can't even put a porch on your front yard without going down to the government and asking them, please, sir, can I build a porch on my front in the front of my house? Hold on, let me see if I can. We're going to have environmental check after environmental impact studies, and we'll have the power and then make sure that there's no gas, and you'll have this person check off, and then this person check off, and then of course we're going to make sure we're going to compact test and make sure that what type of cement is used, and make sure that the foundation, so just in fees alone, that's going to be $287,493 in fees. Woo! Yes! Babylon is falling. Babylon falling. I'm telling you, it's falling. Woo-wee. Falling fast. And it's like that in every area and every walk of life. The little bit of value that the captors Now, our captors did have, which really they got from us. I ain't gonna even get into that part, because the little bit of value that they did have, because they stole our Bible, they stole our book, and they stole our menorah, and they stole all of our scrolls. So whatever they were using for a little bit of morality, even that now, what? The Bible, to them, is immoral. Did you hear what I said? This country is so bad right now. These empires are so bad right now that this book, which is the book of morality, this is the book of righteousness. This is the Torah. Yah breathed. This today in this nation is immoral. And basically, it's against the law. I ain't got time to deal with that. Me and Javon spent hours talking about this. Almost everything in this Bible right now is against the law. It's against the laws of the land. Everything in here, if you try to stand on it, you will either get fired from your job, you will flunk out of school, you will go to jail. If you try to keep this, you will be kicked out of the so-called white Christian churches. I told y'all that already. These churches are not based on Torah. How do I know? Because I already got kicked out. Yeah, I was taken to court because I told the people wasn't no Santa Claus. And I said, no, we're not decorating the church. We're not decorating this church with no what do you call them things? Heat miser and snow miser and Santa Claus and all that. And the whole convention, local, state, regional, and national, got involved with getting rid of me because I told them wasn't no Easter bunny. And and what we should be keeping is called Passover. That's the biblical holiday. And when that is the biblical feast days. And when I preached against that with all my might and began to teach it, the whole system turned on me. So I'm not talking about what I heard. I'm talking about what I went through myself. And still going through it to this day. So what I'm trying to say is, it's fallen. It's corrupt. And everybody knows it. Now I want to go one step deeper now. Wait a minute. If y'all got that part, put a 100 in the chat. If you got that part, that the nation is crumbling and the people in the nation know it. That's the reason why they cannot come against what I'm saying. No. Now, they can't stand the fact that I'm saying it. He ain't got no right to say it. Yeah, but y'all living it. You know it. Everybody knows it. Y'all just don't like to hear it from a neck, even if I do have a doctorate. I get it. But my job is to encourage the house of Israel. My job is to encourage the house of Israel. The world empire and the world empires, remember, it's still one empire spread out. I know sometimes when I mention these things, I realize people come in the room for the very first time, and I take And sometimes I take it for granted that people just know what I'm talking about and can track where I'm going. I realize they cannot. But this world is being operated by an evil empire. And it is the Europeans that are in control of the world right now. And all of you Europeans that sneak listening to me, don't be trying to say the Moray is being prejudiced and all that kind of stuff, because you know I'm not lying. The Hamite does not rule the world right now. The biblical sons and daughters of Shem are not running the world right now. But the bloodline descendants of Japheth that make up the isles of the Gentiles that we know today as Europe and what is called white folk. Now, I ain't getting into that right now, but that's what people call it. The truth is, it's the white people that run the world right now. They are the ones in control of everything, and the headquarters is not the Americas. The headquarters is Europe. That's why they call it the European Union, the EU. It's the Europeans that are in control of what's going on in the world. Every other place is occupied territory. It's occupied. The Americas was full. Millions and millions of my people lived here before they occupied this place, killed all of my folk, and put the rest of my people on reservation. And that happened all throughout the Americas, not just in what they call North America or Central America. No, all the Americas. That whole landmass is now under the power of the Europeans, right? Everybody knows that. Every island, almost every place in Africa, every place, you know what I mean? So what we have is a world empire, which according to the Bible would be receiving their power not from Yah. Well, then from who? From the dragon. No. Yes. When you start really reading the Bible and you get into that book of the Revelation and find out that the last empire that's going to be built that will control the whole world and make all the kingdoms of the world participate not only in the shedding of the blood of the saints and of our prophets and of our people, but they will all be participating and getting drunk off of our blood. You will find out that that whole system has at the core of it the dragon. The dragon gives the power, which we know is the devil. The dragon gives the power to the beast, and the beast is two. Remember, I keep telling you, two systems. It's a religious system, and then it's the political system. Under the political system, obviously, you get all your education, secular education, all that, but you also have the military. And the way the scriptures are written is that eventually the religious system is consumed by the political system, so that you will no longer have a strong religious system on the surface. It will be under the political system. In other words, the religious people will then be worshiping the beast also. So even though they are a beast, they're going to be worshiping the beast too. And they're going to be saying who is like unto the beast and who can make war with the beast. And of course, that's when we see the military might and power of this European. By the way, I keep trying to tell people, nobody on earth right now is in no match for that European. Not when it comes to that boom boom sticks Now, when it comes to that fighting, the other day I was just scrolling through the internet, and I don't even know how this popped up, but they talked about the submarine that submarines is the most deadly weapon that we have in our arsenal, and you can't even see it. Thing bigger than football fields, you can't see it, can't hear it. Don't even have to surface to shoot missiles. I said, what? Don't have to surface to refuel. Don't have to surface to get oxygen. Don't have to surface. I said, oh boy, that king of killing, he's something else. King of killing. Who can make war with the beast? The answer is nobody. You can try, but you'll be snuffed out. They said that thing can destroy the whole world in 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes. The whole world will be destroyed from just our submarines, not ours. This beast, when I say that, I mean from the Americas. Now, why did I mention that? Because I wanted to show you something about the fall. And I got to show you, or hopefully let the world know, those of you watching the moon ring, when you see all of these things happening, one of the first reactions that you will have, if you're not careful, will be that of fear. And as I've told you before, be careful about that first reaction, because fear has a way of placing you into paralysis. Fear has a way of stopping your momentum, stopping your movement. Fear has a way of making you want to quit, making you want to throw in the towel, making you want to go back into captivity, or to go back into the worship of this beast and this beast system, which is really Babylon all over again. And so you have to be very careful when you see certain things happening, that you, number one, don't allow that fear to grip your mind and your heart to the point where it places you in a particular state of paralysis, to where you cannot be effective and functional as the remnant. Because the remnant has a job in these last days. As the empires are falling, the remnant has a responsibility. What, boy? Yeah. To do what? To be the light. So as we move more and more and more into this dark age, the remnant is called to shine brighter and brighter and brighter for Yah. And I'm going to do a video, hopefully this week, hopefully. I want to do a video on Yah. I want to talk about Yahuwah. I'm going to deal with the name, but I also want to spend some time showing the world that they have a terrible misunderstanding of Yah. I'm talking about terrible. So much so that the average person treats Yah like he's the devil, and treats the devil like the devil is Yah. I need to get into that. I'm going to get into it too. Proving once again we don't believe in three gods. We don't believe in three Yahuwah. We don't believe that Yahuwah is three. We don't believe that the word Elohim mean three. So that's a whole nother video. But we are to be the light of the world. We're to be the salt of the earth. That's what Hamashiach said. So when the remnant wakes up to truth, they wake up to truth during the fall of the empire. They wake up to truth during the time that the empire is judged. It happens at the same time. There's the awakening of who we are and whose we are, and then at the same time, there's the collapse of this big, huge empire. And so we are supposed to be the light of the world, so that those please hear me, that those that are in darkness will come out of the darkness. So therefore, we cannot be the darkness also. Does that make sense? In other words, we can't go along with the darkness. We have to be standing against the darkness. We must be standing against the evil. We must be standing against the perversions. We must be standing against all this different type of idolatry and things like that. Our position as the remnant is to actually show by the way we live that the best way to live is in obedience to our King and in line with our covenant. That's the best way to live. And so as the empire falls and fear increases amongst the people, I'm going to use a word that most people don't understand, but I'm going to use it anyway. As fear increases among everybody else, faith increases for us. So as the world begins to operate in fear, we don't do that. We then begin to operate even more according to the covenant. We walk closer to the covenant. We get closer to Yah. We become more and more and more obedient as the world becomes more and more disobedient. And as the people will treat us one way, I'll get to that in a second, we are supposed to be letting our light shine so bright that in the last days, the Gentiles, I'm talking about the same people, the sons and daughters of those men and women that held us in captivity. Some of them will actually see the light that Abba Yah is shining through us during the fall of their empire. That they will literally want to latch to the hem of our garment, which is the it's a tassel. They want to hold that and say, we're going with you. Why? Because we can see that Yah is with you. We can see it. We can see it. And therefore, that's part of my job as Dr. Yoshiyahu Dawid Ben Israel. And yes, I have all of my degrees. And I do count them really as dung. I'm like Paul when it comes to that. I'm happy I did the work, and I'm happy I studied and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean as much to me anymore that I got degrees from this system. What means the most to me now is that through all the learning Abba Yah took me through, what means the most to me now is that he then called me to be a seer for the house of Israel. That's what means the world to me now. Just the fact that he called me to be a seer. Without any degrees on the wall, without any accolades from the people, without any of that, he's called me to be a seer. And I'm a full-time for the kingdom. And by the way, that's a good opportunity to tell people this is why we also ask for you to support, because this is not a side hustle. I've been telling y'all that for years. I don't have another side hustle. I'm 100% studying the Bible, teaching and preaching and doing research, and trying to always increase my knowledge for the purpose of helping you. And according to the Torah and according to our covenant that our forefathers placed us in, Yah said, I would separate certain men to do that. And I will also supply their needs by the people who were not separated to do it. I'm going to have them take 10% of whatever they make and give it toward the house, or give it towards the priesthood. And the priest would then take 10% of that and give it toward the widows and orphans. And at the same time, then he would be living, which makes his life very vulnerable, off of the kindness of the contributions of those people who are being helped by him. And when I realized that that was going to be my place in the world, I said, oh my. You mean I have to trust that I have to just turn on wow. Study. Turn on these cameras and lights. Preach the gospel and teach the word, and then just trust that people are going to be motivated and informed. And then they're going to care enough about the moray to send a tithe and an offering? Really? And Abba said, yes. Just do what I tell you. Because the whole time I was pastoring, I had church buildings and a normal congregation. I showed up every week. I could see the people. Anyway, that's not my lesson today. Whew-wee. But my father said, do it. And I will raise up people to support you. I'll raise up people to support the ARK. It'll be bigger than you. And it's already way bigger than me. When I say way bigger than me, y'all have no idea how big the ARK is. You have no idea how far-reaching it is. Jasmine, the other day, sent me a video of a school in Pakistan. One day I might put it up on the video, on a school in Pakistan following the ARK. And the women that were over the school, watch this, was teaching the children the Shema the way we sing it. I said, what are you sending me, Jay? I read it and I said, wow. I mean, Shema Israel, Shema Israel. I said, who would have known a few years ago when Jazz sang that song over the phone to me? And I said, Jazz, we got to do that song now. She said, Dad, I know. The Most High told me I couldn't sleep until I finished the song and called you. Who would have known years later it literally would become the national anthem for the house of Israel? It would be that rhythm, that song, that cadence that's now in Pakistan teaching the Pakistani children the Shema. And what do we say to that? Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I can't take no credit. All I can say is, Todah Rabbi, for those of you who support the work of the ARK so we can stay full time and continue to put these words out. That's just one small thing. And that ain't small, I shouldn't say. That's just one of the things. If you all only knew the impact that you and your support is having on the world, because you are allowing me and others to stay full time. It's amazing. And I have made a promise that I made the promise before, really before I even started taking up offering on the channel. My promise was to Yah first, that if this is something that he had me doing full time, and as long as I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it. Okay, that was a long ways. Also, like the videos. Our videos are not being circulated and pushed by YouTube or by any other social media platform. The way people are watching these videos and getting these videos is that people are sharing them and people are liking them. And only then does it create some type of algorithm to where it may be a suggestion on someone's channel who is interested in the remnant of the house of Israel waking up to the truth in the last days. And that's why we ask you to do it. Those people who know me know I am not in this for no type of popularity contest. I'm in this work for one reason and one reason alone, and it's really two parts of that one reason. Number one, to please the one who's called me, and that's Yah. And number two, to be faithful to his word, which means to be faithful to his people. That's it. Where I get with? Oh my goodness! So I just wanted to put that out there, people understand kind of ministry we dealing with here at the ARK, because there's new people that come in all the time watching this ministry. Okay, so what I want to show you is that then our responsibility as the remnant is to really be going in the opposite direction. So if the world and the lies of this world and the teachings of the world and whatever's going on is traveling this way, then we need to be going this way. We're not supposed to go along with the world. We're not supposed to love the world, things that are in the world, lust of the flesh, lust of the eye, and pride of life. All those things are of the world, which means those things are wicked. And what prompted me, one of the big prompts for today's lesson is when I saw that this empire here is falling so fast and things are happening so fast that I had to come online and talk about it. I need, another disclaimer. Oh, I've been in here a long time. I gotta get another disclaimer. I am not into any party when it comes to these so-called politics. You can't put me on one side or the other. I'm in neither at all. I am above both. That type of stuff that go on is below me. Abba said, I've called you, according to Jeremiah, and placed you over the kings, over the nations, over the so-called Republican and Democrat, over. So I'm not under no party. I'm over every party and over every potentate, over every king. My loyalty is to Yah. Someone says, so what do you think you are? I'm a cosmocrat. What? Yes, I'm on the side of the one that rules the cosmos. The one that rules the world and holds the world in the palm of his hand. I'm on his side always. I'm on the side of the one that make the sun rise in the east. And then as it travels, don't do it more, Ray. Oh yeah. Across the vaulted dawn, only to go down in the west. I'm with that one. I'm with him. I'm with the one that put the glow in the moon. I'm the one. I'm with the one that designed the moon to where she sits as a queen. I know it. At night, I've watched her dress and undress every night. And in her full glory, she lights up the night to where we can actually have what's called a moon shadow. Don't do it more. No, this ain't no preaching time, but I feel the preacher jumping up in me. I'm not on no sleepy side. I'm not on no I ain't on neither. Don't put me in that. I'm above all that. All that stuff is below me. It's below my allegiance. It's below my dedication. It's below my commitment. I'm with the one that put the antenna on the ant. That's what I'm with. Whoever can do that, I'm with him. I'm with the one that put the fight on the majestic eagle. I'm the one that even give the small birds directions to travel across trackless skies from one feeding ground to another. And while they are on their migration, they steady giving Yah praise. I'm with him. Yeah, that's what I'm with. So don't put me on no, you're a Democrat or Republican. You better not put me in neither one of them boxes. I'm so far above them. Whoo, y'all have no idea. I'm with the one that gave the weight to the whale. I'm with the one that put the trunk on the elephant. I'm with the one that put the speed in the cheetah. Put the grace in the gazelle. Put the gallop in the horse. I'm with him. I'm with the one that put the voice in the tidal wave. Come on, stop it. I'm with the one that drew a line in the sand and told them big old waves, you can come this far. But when you see that line, you better stop. And you hear that wave roaring 10, 12, 50 feet. And then he look at the line that y'all drew. And then he bowed down and worship. You roll back to the sea. And on his way back, he tell his buddy, hey, you know there's a line up there, right? And his buddy like, whatever. Then his buddy, whoa. And then he do the same thing, he go back. Yeah, I'm with him. Yeah, y'all can have all these. Woo! These Republicans, Democrats, Independents, that's below me now. Way below me. So don't put me in any side of these camps because I'm talking about what's going on in the nation. I'm just trying to figure out a few things. How does a person become the candidate for president of these United States and nobody vote? And the president is still alive and still in office and can't move, can't talk, can't remember. I don't understand what we're dealing with. I'm like I said, I ain't like I care. I'm just bringing a point out. This would have never been the case 60, 70, 80 years ago, even 100 years ago. In this wicked nation, that wouldn't fly. No, There was a time, man, where you came up, if you messed around and just bumbled 2 sentences, they'd be like, hey, man, what's wrong with our leader? You mess on 2 sentences, bumble 2 sentences. Hey, man, talk to him. Both sides. Hey, did he just mess up and mumble through 2 sentences? Get him out of there. We need an amendment for it. No problem, 25th. Anytime he show any lack, he got to go. But today, why? Because the nation is over here. And when they chose a so-called person to run, and Jazz called me and said something, I said, I can't get this out of my mind. I got to talk to Israel about this. she reminds me of, I ain't gonna mention no name, but she reminds me of the book of the Revelation. Because when she spoke, so y'all know when Mr. YouTube Man come in the room, right? Because first of all, Mr. YouTube Man, welcome in the room. We're not exciting no type of violence whatsoever. We ain't talking about taking up no BB guns whatsoever, no slingshots whatsoever. I'm not telling my people to march on those streets whatsoever. I'm not telling my people to retaliate. And now there are people that are doing that. You need to go watch them. You need to go get in their chat. Yeah, there's some good old boys up in the mountains. They do got weapons and things. That's what I heard. You should go check on them. Go check on the ones that was climbing up the sides of the White House and was carrying guillotines and things, talking about hanging certain folk and doing all manner of unrighteous things to other people. Go to them. When you come over here, we just talking about Torah. That's all we talking about. We're talking about Yah. We're talking about Torah. And we just looking at what's going on in the nation. Comparing what we see in the Bible to what's happening in the world. I know y'all are assigned to come and listen to the Moreh. No problem. But just don't put on the Moreh that I'm trying to move our people to any type of civil anything. We got dual citizenship. We citizens of another world. We just living here, trying to live in shalom and trying to get along each day. And every day we pray to our Heavenly Father. Now what we talk to him about, now that's between us and him. Because when I talk to him, I lay all my burden. And I tell him all about my trouble. So yeah, now that's private what I say to him. Boy, where'd you get that from? What do you mean, why? Moses. Remember Pharaoh said, hey, I'm going to let y'all go in the wilderness and pray. But you want to let some of our soldiers go with you. Moses was like, no, that ain't going to work. He said, no, I don't think you want to send none of your soldiers with us when we go pray to our Elohim. You ain't going to like that too much. I said, why? Because when we go talk to Yah, we got to talk to him. We got to talk to him about the abominations of Egypt. And them soldiers, if they hear us praying and talking about what we're going through, they're liable to get beside themselves. So no, how about this? No, when we go pray now, that's a whole different thing. We talking to our Elohim. See what I'm saying? You can't know everything in our mind and in our heart. So look, just leave the channel alone. I'll be off your airways in a moment. Just come in here disrupting us, man. We was on a roll. Made me lose my spot. Where was I? Oh, here's my spot. The first speech that was made had to do with the killing of our children. couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. We are going to make it to where there will be no hurdles at all. And they always cloak it with terms like women's reproductive health and all that kind of stuff. That's not what it's about. Because there's not an Israelite listening to me right now that does not want a woman during the time of her reproduction to be healthy. Not one person, not one of us want a woman to be unhealthy while she's pregnant and getting ready to give birth to another Israelite child. Not one of us. So they try to put us in a category to where we're against women's health. Is that the dumbest thing ever? Our Torah has certain things in it that make sure that our women stay healthy. Every month, they're set apart so that they can make sure they get proper rest and cleansed and all that kind of stuff. We believe in all that. We believe in the time that when she's getting ready to deliver, how she's supposed to have the women come in and be around her. And even after the delivery of that Israelite child, there are a specific amount of time where she's supposed to rest, allow her body to recuperate. There's a time where she's to bond with that baby, her with the baby on her breast, receiving breast milk from the mama so that the baby can be healthy and get all of the vitamins and nutrients that a human is supposed to have to function. We are for women's health, 100%. But what I don't understand is when we're talking about the right to take the life of the unborn. Now that part I don't get that, none. No, I'm not with that. Why? Because Torah's not with it. Number one is that I want y'all to understand something. This wicked nation, unless you agree to go along with the killing of unborn children, you cannot be elected to office here. Why? Because the Bible says that Mystery Babylon, that she's drunk with the blood of the saints. So that's just one thing. Another thing that we're looking at is this idea to where, in a sense, for women, the woman, they say this, they're going after the woman vote. They say because in today's world, there is no need for a man. Because the woman has replaced the man. So much so that we don't really know what a woman actually is today. I mean, we can say it on one word and we can say we don't know on the other hand. And so you have this whole thing to where if a person says, I'm really not for this, then all of a sudden that means they're against all women? Is that the way they operating in Babylon? A person can't have an opinion about nothing, huh? Gotta go along with the flow. Now, again, I done told you, I ain't on no side, so don't try to put me on one side or the other. I don't care about neither side at all. The only reason I'm even bringing it out is to show the world that Babylon as a nation, as a power, when it drops to a level to where we don't know Adam from Madam, we don't know Eve from Steve, we don't know Chihuahua from Charlie, we got a problem. When we don't know when a woman gets pregnant that she's gonna have a baby, you don't know that? We're gonna have a problem. We got problems. And when unrighteousness is able to rule, because even in pagan lands, and when you read the Bible, you're going to find out in pagan lands, there was times that Abba Yah would bring in righteous kings. Oh, I know y'all don't believe it more. That's fine. You're going to read the Bible and be like, you know what? He sure did. There are such things of righteous kings. But now, anything that is righteous is now called unrighteous. Anything that is holy is now being called unholy. Now, I'm going to get to my, I got to show you something. Go to John chapter, where am I? Go to John chapter 8. Go to John chapter 8. And total rabbi for you administrators that can hang in the room as long as you have. I know this is going a little bit long today. And if you all have to leave, I do understand. But those of you who can hang in here, you're going to really see something. I'm going to show you something. The question of how will we survive during the fall of the empire? How will we survive during these difficult last days? How can we be the light of the world, the salt of the earth, continue to work of the kingdom, continue to support ministry? Got to put that in there. Continue to support each other and to love one another. How can we do that? Now, how is it even possible? And the answer to that is because for the first time, we, the remnant, the biblical remnant of the house of Israel, that's turning to our King Yahushua and returning to our covenant for the first time in thousands of years. Please hear me. We're free. Did you hear me? We're free. We weren't free before. And that's why we would get paralyzed in fear, because we weren't free. When a person is free, and I'm talking about for sure enough free, they're not afraid of nothing. You get what I'm saying? They don't care what's going on around them. Why? Because they're free from it. And when you are free, I'm talking about for real free. I saw some people the other day going to Antarctica. What, Maury? Yeah, Antarctica. And they told us we can't go to Antarctica because it's off limits to us. You try to go to Antarctica, they'll let you go in the water. They're not going to let you go explore unless you're free. And the free people went to explore Antarctica, and when they got back, they told them, now you can't tell these folks that's not free what you saw. Why? Because that's not privileged information for the slave. Just tell them that, hey, you had a good expedition. Don't tell them what you saw. After I watched that, turned around and turned on I was going through Once again, the YouTube channel that I saw, them talking about the Grand Canyon again. And they said, these are temples. There are statues. There are temples. There were communities. There's grave sites. There's worship places. They're in this canyon. Boy, let me tell you what they did. They hurried up and brought the military. Gated that thing and put all kind of signs up talking about no. But watch. But it's people over there. Steady going in there every day. How come? Why aren't they afraid to go to the Grand Canyon and go over the fence and go down in all them places and explore? Why? Because they're free. You're not. So you can't go. But they can. Freedom frees you from the fear that everybody else is having. You can be free of it. And there's only one way. Verse 31. John 8:31. And Yeshua said to those you who did which believed on him, if you continue in my word. You see it? Come on, Morehyosh. You know you didn't pull that up. Yes, I did too. If you continue in my word, it's only when you continue in Torah. I made way too many videos that prove that his word is Torah. So every time we say in my word, we can use the word Torah. There's no violation of the text whatsoever. So we'll read it again. If you continue in my Torah, then are you my disciples indeed. Okay, then what about it? And you shall know the truth. And the truth will make you free. Wow, wait, whoa. The truth will make you free. The truth will free your mind. The truth will free your heart. The truth will free your creativity. The truth will free your unction. The truth will free you to walk the path of righteousness. Why? Because you have certain truths. Talk more, right? You got certain truths that can't nobody take from you once you know Torah. What is that? Well, one of my truths is that I learned was, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Why not? Because Yah is with me. Do you see these children on top of the mountain, smiling as big as they can smile? You see how big you see how tall this mountain is? Let me tell you why they were able to climb so high. Let me tell you why they were able to make it to the top and see this beautiful view. Because Daddy was with you. Somebody wrote, he had help. Yeah. Yes, but the presence of Daddy. So when Dad said, hey, we're going to climb to the top of that mountain. Now, I'm not saying nothing right now except the fact that Daddy said it. Now, I don't know, because you know, some of our sisters would be like, I know you ain't finna take my boys way up on top of that mountain. Now, there's other sisters be like, go with your daddy. I trust him. He ain't nothing gonna happen to you. That's your daddy. Well, just two different people. I ain't getting into that. But nevertheless, in this photo, in this picture here, what we see is the presence of the man allowed the children to overcome the fear of the climb. And therefore, they made it through the valley of the shadow of death. They made it through the valley. They made it through the rough patches and got to the top. Why? Because they followed their dad. It's obvious that Pops had done this hike before. He said, I'm gonna take my boys. Man, they way up there? Yes. Well, are they gonna be okay? Don't worry about that. I got my boys. I'm with them. Well, aren't they gonna be afraid? That's my point. Unless, what? They know the truth. Well, what's the truth? I got them. As long as they just listen to me, obey what I tell them. As we go up the mountain, keep their eyes on me, step where I step, grab a hold to what I tell them. They grab this, let this go this way. Even though you think you should go that way, no, just follow me and we'll make it. Even if I have to be right there to pick you up at the very end, we're going to stand on the rock. And what else, Moreh? Next time we go, you can bring a friend. And what would you tell your friend? It looks high. It looks scary. It looks like it's impossible to go up there, but we've gone up there with our dad. We've been up here with our father, and you know what? We made it up and back. Nothing happened to him. He was all right. He was all right. Pops was there. I want that to sink in because I'm finna go somewhere where we are now. We are living in a time that for us is uncharted territory. This is the first time that the remnant of the house of Israel is free. We are not enslaved by white Caesar Borgia images anymore. We don't do Easter and Christmas and Halloween. We're free from all that foolishness. We're free from having to eat things that's trying to kill us, like swine flesh, roaches, roadkill, and all that other stuff that is against the Torah. So we're free in our diet to eat healthy. We are free when it comes to Torah to have a mental stability. We are free to follow our king. That's what Paul was talking about in Romans. He said, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Like, no, man, y'all don't understand it. It's just the opposite. We're finally free to keep the Torah. We're finally free to keep the covenant. We're finally free to follow the true king of the scriptures. While everybody else talking about what they can't do and how they can't see it and I don't understand and all that. Well, you know what? Hey, you can be free too. Let's continue. And they answered and said, we be Abraham's seed. We were never in bondage to any man. How sad that you should be made free. Uh-oh, wait a minute. So here I am the Moreh, telling our people, look, we can be free. Now these people said, we ain't never been slaves. We Abraham's kids. Oh, I'm not even going to deal with that right now. That's so interesting right there. Because everybody know we were in captivity in the land of Egypt and Babylon. So who are these people claiming to be? I'm not going to do that. It's a different video. Yeshua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whoever commits sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the son abideth forever. You understand that, you heathens? If the son therefore make you free, you shall be really free. You'll be free indeed. Freedom allows you to function according to that which Yah has called us to function. Freedom allows us to stand on truth. I heard a person say, stand on business. I like that. Freedom allows us to remain true to Torah even when the world is going false. So even if our lives are being threatened, because we are free, even the threats of our life does not affect us like it did when we were in bondage. Some of the greatest movies that have ever been produced, the reason why people watch these movies is because the hero, most of the time, because of his high skill level, he's never afraid. And we love those movies. Like the last one that Denzel did, can't remember what the name of it was, but he was such a good fighter, he could go live anywhere. It didn't matter where. In other words, he was free from fear because anybody trying to mess with him, it was over. The Equalizer. The Equalizer. So the reason why we like that movie, so much is because we're like, boy, anybody that's like him, he's free. He could do whatever he wants anytime. Why? Because he's got that kind of power. Anybody mess, man, come on, dude, it's just, you can't even get close to him. So in that case, he just happened to know things about self-defense and fighting and warfare and all that kind of stuff. And the more he knew, the freer he is as a person. I could do the same thing with every one of those movies, all of them, including all the Marvel comics and everything, because they're all the same. All of that stuff, the reason why we like that is because when you get to a particular mindset and a skill set, the greater the mindset, the greater the skill set, the more fear leaves. Hamashiach is saying the same thing about those who follow him. He's like, the closer you get to me and the more you study the Torah, the more you're going to operate in freedom. All right, let's keep going. And they answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Yeshua said unto them, if Abraham was your father, if you were Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. Uh-oh. How is it, but now you seek to kill me, a man that has told you the truth, which I have heard of Yah. Abraham didn't do that. You do the deeds of your father. Wait, what? Yeah, you do the deeds of your father. They said unto him, we be not born of fornication. We have one father, even Yah. Yeshua said to them, if Yah was your daddy, if Yah was your father, you would love me. For I proceeded forth and came from Yah. He's the breath of Yah. I told you, he comes from Yah. He's the breath of Yah. He's the word of Yah. He is the word of Yah in a human form. He's the breath of Yah in the flesh. Ooh. No two gods, no three gods, one Elohim. He says, I proceeded forth and came from Yah. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Fulfilling Isaiah to the letter, he sent his word and healed them. In verse 43, why do you not understand my speech? I don't understand. How is it you can't understand what I'm talking about? And then he said, you are of your father, the devil. Oh my. And in other words, we got different daddies. We got different daddies. Y'all put that in the chat. We got different daddies. Put it in the chat. Let the world know about us compared to them. We have different dads. And the reason that we know we got different daddies is because of the behavior of this nation and the behavior of this world and the morality of this and the immorality of this world and the actions of this world compared to the actions of the house of Israel and our Torah. You're going to see we got two different daddies. You are of your father, the devil. Why would you say that? Because the lust of your father, that's what you do. See, it's the devil who wanted to enslave the house of Israel. It's the devil that wanted to work our people and still doing it today for 400 years without paying them nothing. That's not Yah, that's the devil. It's the devil that murdered our men, murder our women, murder our children, and murder our unborn children. It's the devil that wants to kill. That's not Yah. That's not Torah. It's the devil that wants to expand his territory all over the world until the whole world is under the power of the devil. It's the devil. These are the children of the devil. You think Yah wants us to pollute our earth? No, children of the devil are praying and they said, pollute the earth, and they pollute it. You think Yah gave us dirty water in the streams and in the rivers? Or was this man pouring and dumping by the millions pollution into our river? That's why when we get to the Revelation, the voice from heaven said that Yah is going to destroy them that destroyed the earth. And that's not us. No, in Torah, we can't destroy the earth. No, when you keep in the covenant of Yah, we don't destroy the earth. Matter of fact, we care so much about the earth, every 6 years, we don't even plow the ground. On that 7th year, we let it rest for a whole year just to recuperate. Talk more. When we plant trees, we let the trees grow for like 3 years first before we even get the fruit off of it. You are your father the devil, the lust of your father he would do. What about him? He was a murderer. You see it? From where? From the beginning. Any nation that is based on murder, a people based on murder, or anybody that's into murder, that is not Yah as your father. That's the devil. And I ain't talking about self-defense now. I'm talking about murder, and y'all know what I'm talking about. whether born or unborn. It don't matter. The Torah tells us we cannot murder. Thou shalt not murder, which means that we have people who disregard the Torah so that they can murder us. It's so bad now. We are being murdered so often now that even our own sisters and brothers, husbands and wives, and cousins are murdering one another. Do you think that's from Yah? No. That's from the devil. We got two different daddies. There's one daddy who says, I'm about life, and that you have that life more abundant. And there's another daddy who says, no, it ain't about life more abundant, it's about death. Then our Father says, we will know the truth, and the truth will make us free. So he teaches us the Torah is the truth. But the daddy of this world operates in lies. Every single thing that goes on in this world and in this empire is based on lies. Y'all gotta really think about that. How do you build an entire nation on lies? Every single thing. They even lie about things they don't even have to lie about. When you read the Torah and you read about our ancestors, yes, the black, brown, Hebrew, Israelite descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, do you know that in our Torah, Yah wouldn't even allow our kings to lie about themselves? Do you know that? We had to tell the story of Saul. We couldn't sugarcoat it. It had to be written. That at the end of our first king's life, he had started going senile. He started getting wicked and started doing all kind of crazy stuff. Ended up going to see a witch. After that, ended up falling on his own sword, asking somebody to kill him. That had to get written. We can't lie about our first king. We can't lie about our second king, our third king. We can't lie about our record got written down. But when you go back through these records, lies everywhere. And why do they lie? Because in order to establish these nations and these kingdoms, remember they are established by the dragon. The dragon is the devil, and they are children of the devil. So just like you worship Yah, those of you who are in the remnant, believe it or not, there are people who worship the devil. And this system is a satanic system. Anytime you can stand up as a platform and say, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that any woman that, wants to murder her child can do it. Wow. And that comes from a woman. Like, whoa. That's the first thing you want to talk about right off the block. And then how all of a sudden, then you got other people talking about how you're going to do this and that. And I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? I said, oh, we got different dads. We got different dads. We got different daddies. My daddy said, we got to walk in truth. Their daddy say, you can be a lie. Our Father tells us to love one another, to treat each other right. Their daddy say, you can whore out the daughters of Zion. You can take advantage of people. You can rob and spoil as long as you don't get caught. Our Heavenly Father says that he believes in the family. The man is the head of the house, and the woman is to obey her husband. That's what ours and the children are to obey their parents in Yahuwah. For this is right. We now live in a time where the man ain't the head of the house. They say, no, happy wife, happy life. He got to obey her. And the children, just like Isaiah, are become a terror to the house of Israel. Somebody got a different daddy. My daddy tells me I got to learn Torah. But these other folk with these other daddies said Torah been done away with. When I read about what my dad said, he says that we ought to pray, our Father who art in heaven, holy is your name, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth, not my will. Oh, that's the devil telling you there is no Father in heaven. That you don't have a heavenly Father. That's the devil wanting to be your daddy. Telling you you don't have a people. You don't have a last name. You don't have a culture. You don't have a menorah. That you don't have a covenant. That you don't have a friend that'll stick closer than a brother. The devil is a liar. That you don't have a people. That you don't have a history. That you don't have a language of your own. That everything you got from the white man. Are you crazy? No. We just got different daddies. See, when I found out that word was, I'm not going to leave you orphan, but I will come again unto you. When I read that and I showed the house of Israel, my mind started turning. I said, oh, wait a minute. If I'm an orphan, that means I got to be in the family. And if I'm in the family, that means I got a daddy. Why? Because death didn't kill our king. And the grave can't hold our king. And our king said, don't worry about it. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And Daniel chapter 7 verse 18 says that the saints of Yah will receive the kingdom. Fear not, I'm out now. Fear not, little flock. Fear not, little flock. Fear not, little flock. For it is your heavenly Father's will to do what? Give you the kingdom. Let this one fall. Let it crumble. Let it be destroyed. Don't worry about it. Let it go. Why? There's another kingdom. Don't fear. When they out there fighting each other, let them fight. This ain't your fight anyway. I've been telling y'all this white folk business. What we gonna do if so-and-so get in office? What we gonna do if so-and-so get in office? And got us all tightened up in fear. Boy, I hope so-and-so don't get in office. Oh, be careful if so-and-so get in office. I even heard a step-and-fetch a Negro shed a tear. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe it. I said, boy, you are a shame to our entire nation of people. You're crying because Biden dropped out of the race. Whoa! There's something wrong with y'all. And then I said, oh, I keep forgetting. We got different daddies. We got different daddies. We got different dads. I keep forgetting. I forgot that's his daddy. He even mentioned his grandpa and all that. Okay, that's his daddy. We got a different dad. So when y'all look at him and y'all look at me and you say, okay, how come Moreh ain't crying over Biden like he was crying over Biden, just say this. Oh, because Moreh got a different dad. We got different daddies. My father said, fear not, little flock. For it is Yah's pleasure to give you the kingdom. What are you talking about? I don't know how I'm going to make it. That's you. I know how I'm going to make it. How? Well, one, I'm free. Well, what if they run on the stores? Man, I'm already free, so I put up some beans and rice already. Yeah, I don't have to be in fear because I already put up some beans and rice. But you ain't worried about that? Not really. Well, what you gonna eat? Well, I already got some seeds. My father told me to consider the ant, which means, watch him. He put up stuff, so when the bad time comes, he gonna have a little bit. So guess what? I went and got some seeds. I got them sealed up in some bags and airtight. So if this nation ever do fall like that, I'm gonna go in the backyard. I'm gonna put a little water on the ground and put them seeds in there, and I'm gonna start eating. What do you mean what I'm gonna do? I'll tell you what, I ain't gonna walk in fear, that's for sure. My father told me, I don't have to fear no evil. I don't have to fear no chaos. I don't have to fear no dysfunction. Don't worry about it, Zion. We're going to be all right. I'll close with Romans chapter 8. Ooh, I was going to get in that 1 John, but time won't allow me. Go to Romans chapter 8. Y'all ready? There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach. What you worried about? Who walk not after the flesh, that means sin, sinful flesh, but after what? The ruach, his breath, who walk after his life. For the law, the Torah, of the ruach of life in Hamashiach has made me what? Free. It's in the Bible. What are you free from? The law of sin and death. I don't have to keep operating according to this old dirty, nasty sin and death laws in this world. I'm free. For what the law couldn't do, and that it was weak through the flesh, Yah sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, not sinful flesh, likeness of it. And for sin, condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the Torah might be fulfilled in us. Ooh, I don't have time, y'all. You have no idea what we're getting ready to live through. You don't. We're getting ready to see what a people keeping Torah during the collapse of these empires is really all about. It's the greatest time to be an Israelite right now. You know what? I done kept y'all this long. I gotta read it because if I don't, I'm gonna feel bad when the video go off. So I'm just gonna keep reading. That the righteousness of Torah might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the life of Hamashiach, after the ruach. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the ruach mind the things of the ruach. For to be carnally minded, now that's death. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Why? Because the carnal mind is at war with Yah. For it is not subject to Torah of Yah? Matter of fact, neither can it be. So that they that are in the flesh can't please Yah, but you not in the flesh. What? I just told you that. No, but you're not in the flesh. You're in the ruach now. You're in the breath of Yah. You're now in the life of Torah. If so be that the ruach of Yah dwell in you. You're talking about Yah's breath is in you. Now, if any man have not the ruach of Hamashiach, he's none of his. Wait a minute. That means we got different daddies. Yeah, if you don't have the same life as Hamashiach in you, then you don't belong to Yah. And if Hamashiach be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the ruach, the life, the ruach is life because of righteousness. But if the ruach of him that raised up Yahushua from the dead dwell in you, then what? He that raised up Hamashiach from the dead, no more. It's right there. Will also quicken your mortal body. That means raise you up. By his ruach, his spirit, his breath, that what? Lives inside of you. Wait a minute, man. The way you talking is, you could even be free from the fear of death. I told you. Yeah, for sure. Why? Because this new life inside of me keeps telling me that this ain't the end. This body got to go down anyway. Therefore, brethren, we are debtors, not to the flesh, to live after the flesh. For if you live after the flesh, you'll die. But if through the ruach you do mortify the deeds of your body, you will live. For as many are led by the ruach of Yah, they are the sons of Yah. Did you see it? I told y'all we got different daddies. Some of us are led by the very ruach of Yahuwah. We're the sons of Yah. And others, they still worshiping the devil. Now watch. Children of the devil. Verse 15. For you have not received, there it is, the spirit of bondage. You see it? When we woke up this last time to the truth of who we are and whose we are, that was the last time that spirit of bondage would be on his people. That'd be it. Why? Because this time around, when he wakes us up, he's going to remove the spirit of bondage and set us free. And here's how you know. But you have received the ruach of adoption, whereby we cry out, what? Our Father. The ruach itself bear witness with our ruach that we are the children of Yah. And if children, then what? Heirs. And if we heirs of Yah and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if it be that we suffer with him, that we what? May also be glorified together. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not, the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared to the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waits for the manifestation of the sons of Yah. Who is that? Us. We got different daddies, different outlooks on life, different encouragements. We have a different life operating on the inside of us. I'm going to just cut it off. I got more to say. I'm going to cut it off right here. Enjoyed being with you. Toda Rabah to the administrators. If you were blessed, if you got insight, if you look forward to these videos coming out the way we do, and reading the word together, and seeing things with nuance, we do ask that you will support the work of the ARK. We appreciate your tithe. We appreciate your offerings. And we appreciate your prayers. If this message helped you, it might help somebody else. Share the video. And if you want to be in the room, hit that notification so when we go live, you can be live with us again. I gotta go. But just know something. We're different than the rest of the world. Why? We got different daddies. The world is following their daddy, the devil. But not us. We're following our Father, our heavenly Abba, Yahuwah. And it won't be long. I keep telling y'all, keep looking up. For our redemption draweth nigh. Shalom.